we felt it appropriate to talk about prioritizing for a move, okay? Because a lot of our listeners are have been through moves, successful, non-successful. A lot of them are getting ready for moves, and that's what George does.
Yep. So we do moving, and we help prepare and prioritize your move, either over the phone, coming out and doing an on-site visit, and just helping to get the general idea of what's going to happen with your move. Whether we have to do it off hours at a 5-6 o'clock because you're a busy professional, you don't have the time, you're a school teacher just getting back in the session and you can't take the time during a school day, and you have to do something after hours. We help just plan ahead for that. So that way we can also help budget and get you a good idea of what the move is going to cost before the truck even pulls up to your house or it even leaves our location. So that's a huge help, and it just again helps you kind of gather a good sense of what's going to happen during moving day. And again, timing is everything in this industry, whether it's closings, lining up your home inspector, no matter what it is, it's all about timing. So we want to at least help out and do whatever we can on our side to manage the time of the move. And especially if you're in a budget situation where you only have a set amount of money to go towards the move, we can say, okay, what is the priority that you need us to do? Whether it's packing the fragile that you think you're better off packing it, that's great if you feel comfortable with doing it. But sometimes it is better to hire the professional to handle the antiques, the heirlooms, the passed down items, and allow us to pack that, and you pack the less fragile, the books, the daily utensils, the dailies. You pack that and allow us to pack specific fragile items.
You're fully insured.
And we are fully insured.
Yeah.
So if something does happen, you have something to fall back on with us. If it happens and you pack it and it breaks in the box, our insurance is going to look at it and say it wasn't properly packed because it wasn't professionally packed. But again, we work with everybody to make sure that doesn't happen.
Absolutely.
But if it does, insurance always looks at it and says, the homeowner packed it, they're not a professional. Did the box crush? Did the guys drop the box? No, it was just mispacked. Insurance gets involved and say they don't cover it, but again, we help out. So those are the things where we help prioritize. Again, if you're on a strict budget and you only need specific things moved and you can handle the rest, and you have a pickup truck yourself or a car big enough and you want to move all the boxes and leave the big heavy items to us, we tailor the move to your budget, your time frame, exactly what you need.
Question for you: is there ever something that people try to cut out as far as an expense that ends up costing them more later? Or
the biggest thing that we see now is people want to move the boxes themselves. We just want you for the heavy stuff. It's going to be the best way. And we show up and they have a rental truck from any rental location locally. Sure. And they're spending, I would say, at least $100 on the low side of a rental to $150 to $180. And that's just for the rental. They have to add fuel into it, and that's just one day. So if they're capable of loading the truck in one day, unloading it in one day, the time and effort that they're putting into it, most of the time, because again, time is money. No matter what you do, time is money.
I agree.
And if it's us loading a truck at the same time when we're there, normally we can do it within 2 to 3 hours that they're taking a day plus.
Oh, yeah.
Or they're saying, you know what, we're going to move the boxes. We're going to load it on the rental truck on Monday. You're coming on Tuesday, and we're going to unload the boxes when we get there. That's fine. Now you're paying 2 nights of overnight. You're calling your friends, buying the pizza, getting the beer. You're doing all of that, which again costs money. And then the worst part is if something happens to a friend, yourself during it, somebody gets hurt, somebody gets injured, they break the family heirloom, the friendship is strained. No matter how good of a friend they are, and they break something, they damage it, they get hurt. God forbid something happens. What happens? You're stuck at that point.
They're all hidden expenses.
Right, hitting expense. Or again, you're physically fit. You're able. You do it yourself. You go out there and you stretch your back. You pull a muscle. You're out of work. It all affects the dollar amount, and that I see on some people it works. Some people, they have no choice. They need the boxes out of the way to show a home. So we have storage, on-site storage available if that is the case, where they have so much stuff that they need a pre-clutter, downsize before the move, where you can have buyers come in and look through the home without walking through a sea of boxes. We can provide something along those lines.
You've done it for our clients.
Which we have.
Which is pretty cool.
So that allows them more time to pack and prepare, which does save money in the long run, because they can load the unit at their pace. So it allows them to do what they need when they need to. That saves more money than going out and getting a rental for a day or two.